Hello, my name is Kristian Šoštar and I'm an analyst at Croatian national futsal team, also an assistant coach at under 17 Croatian national team, and I'm a head coach in Aurelia Futsal Vinkovci. One sport we are using in Croatian national team for analysis of opponents, of our trainings and also our previous matches. I've been using One Sport for about 5 years now, and also in Croatian national team as a coaching staff we use One Sport over 3 years now. For upcoming games, we watch the opponent pros and cons in defense and also in attack, and special situations like set pieces and including of goalkeeper or 4 against 5 situation. That is the most important thing when we prepare the opponent. I can say that it is a big difference considering the club and the national team in terms of preparation and in terms of managing the playing style. In club you have more time to create your own style in attack and defense to make team more compact, and in national team there is less days, so we prepare more for the opponents and we give them more details about the opponent, how we want to attack some space of the opponent, how we want to attack on set pieces and little details like that. And also we look how to make players comfortable, to give their best and to make squads that fit each other. Maybe 2 faster players, two not so fast but stronger, or one squad that is fully fast, that is running a lot of time, making a big pressure. So that is the biggest challenge, to make compact squads. We collected all matches from every our opponent. During those months they also played new matches and we followed those matches and which players are invited and had call-ups for those matches, so we can prepare also individual report of every team. What we watch, what will be important for our team and what characteristic of our players will be crucial for those matches. For example, we had some matches where we needed to have bigger pivots, stronger pivots, and also matches like France, we needed to have more mobile team with less bigger or slower pivots. Players who run more and can play in different system like 4-0. So that was the biggest challenge, to see what will be the final team for the Euros and how we can compete them and make our team look the best. In group stage we are more prepared because we know our opponents in advance and we can make a bigger job before the competition. And after at the knockouts, as I said, there is less time to prepare. But also, for example, at Euros we had the same opponent, France. So that was the easier part of our job, because we have almost a full match prepared before for the group stage. At the knockouts we make some details only. So I'm sure that my role as a head coach in the club helped me a lot to become an analyst in national team, especially because of the big influence of the head coach of the national team who had on me and the impact that he made on me when I was becoming a head coach. So I think that we have a similar approach and similar opinion about a lot of aspects of the game. And he also likes to hear my opinion, so that makes everything much easier when we are working. And I think that my experience as a head coach in terms of training can help me to prepare analysis for the head coach, so he can make trainings based on analysis. What I think is the most important considering the analysis. If you train like you analysis, you will be good. If we analysis one thing and train the other, I don't see the impact on that. At Euros and also at the big stage, everything is very well prepared. They have their own analysis and all coaching staff. But I can say that considering Croatia, I think we prepared very well for opponent things like including goalkeeper. I think that other teams thought it will be a big advantage including goalkeeper during the match against us and against other teams. But we defended very well with that segment of the games. One of the examples where we prepared, I cannot say better, but very well for the opponents. And when I use the ones during the live analysis, it gives me a complete footage of everything what I saw. So it is very easy for me to give them insights just at the end of the first half, so they can prepare talk for the halftime and to prepare new things for the second half. At Euros or big competitions, the UEFA and FIFA provide us footage very fast, in about 2 hours after the match. And that is when my preparation starts. I download the match. After I download the matches, I already have my pattern, what I want to tag, and when I start to watch the raw footage, I look at the things and I tag them. After I look complete match, I saw what I tagged, and then I filter those things to not have too much the same things, and that is also the way how I find the pattern and I show to the players. After I made the full match analysis, I use the drawing tools to make it look better and simple to the players, and then I export it to show it to our head coach and assistant coach, and then together we agree on the things that we will show. Based on analysis, that is proof evidence what you prepared and what you see on the court. And one example is a 5-against-4 game against Spain when we scored the goal. That was the exact thing what we prepared for the match. We knew how they will defend with our flying keeper, and we exploit their defense and scored goal, and also managed to create one big chance after that. So we can say that that was a crucial moment for that match, and we were very close to get to the finals. Against France, what we saw in their defense was that they are in high pressure, and a lot of time they stay in the same line, in one line with 3 players, and we saw much space for our pivots to give the ball to our pivots, what we will show now. And after that pass, we scored a goal, which was the important goal for us to have the draw in our first match. We see one line of the defense of France pressure. After that, we see a clear pass from our last player to our pivot. And we have the isolation of our pivots. Our pivots are very strong, dangerous for the opponents if they receive the ball in the last area. And here we see Sekulic in a great situation. And after that, in continuation of attack, once again we saw the line of the pass for the pivot from the same player, Jurlina to Sekulic. And we leave Sekulic for the isolation 1-against-1, where he is very dangerous against every defender. In national team we have both individual analysis and also group analysis. There are more group analysis than individuals, and I can say that players in national team and also in clubs, from my experience, doesn't like to have long video analysis. So we take that in mind and we try to make it more of the session but shorter. We saw that they are more concentrated at those situations, and I can say that at individual analysis they are fully concentrated, and they also have some questions and they are fully committed to the analysis. So I can say that individual analysis maybe has a better impact on the players than the group one. Considering Once, it is very easy in Once to summarize everything. When I make the analysis, there are very good filters in the software that I can use, and I also use them to show only important thing that I made as a favorites that makes the analysis shorter. At the Euros was the first time that we used the live analysis, and it showed very good impact on the team because we saw some important things on the set pieces defense, and how we can make better set pieces in attack to exploit defense of the opponent. And that was the easiest also for me to make that analysis, considering that we need to approach to the players in like 10 minutes of the half time. And also I think the most important thing where we can make the impact and we can make the difference. In futsal in general, and especially in Croatia, the analysis part wasn't developed as much. Back at the days, I used random video software to make analysis for my team. Using the social media, I saw Once as software that maybe can be good for me, that is also budget friendly, that is very simple to use, and it also had support on Croatian language. So I tried it and I liked it very much. What I liked the most in Once was the visual content of the software, and especially the players had a great feedback about it. So that was a good sign for me to continue using Once, and that it will make easier for me to give my ideas to the players. I cannot imagine my day and my job without analysis software, that is for sure, and also my players. I made them used to it, that we have 3 or 4 analyses during the week, and that what we see on the video we will do at the court for about 30 minutes after the analysis. So I can say that analysis software is the most important for me to prepare the whole week. Without it, I cannot make the training sessions. That is how I now learn to work, and I think that is the best way to work, and also the players like it. So I can say that Once Sport is crucial for my job, also in the national team and in my club. I think it's impossible today to work without analysis software, and I can say it with 100% sure that there is no professional team without it. For me now, when I'm used to Once, I cannot imagine my day of work without it. And when I remember at those days when I started, I cannot know how I made the job. Normal week in the club is like one previous match analysis, only one. I try to make it in 20 minutes. And then in the week we have 3 or maybe sometimes 4, but very short analysis of 5 to maximum 15 minutes, where we prepare the opponents and we split it on the parts, like only attack of the opponents, only defense of the opponents, how we want to attack opponent based on their defense, set pieces and special situation, especially now including goalkeeper, which is the new trend in futsal that we need to prepare more. So I can say that during the week we definitely have 4 analyses, but short. Bronze medal for every futsal member in Croatia is huge. It is the biggest reward for us. That is the first medal for Croatian Football Federation in futsal, and we are so proud on it. I can say that I'm equally proud as every futsal member, not just only those who were with us, with the staff and the players, but also we felt so much support from every fan, every futsal coach from other clubs. For us as a coaches, I think that we use the most arrows to show where we want the ball, where we want the movement of the player, or where is the space to give the ball. Considering the players, I think that they more like to see formation of the 4 players in defense, or formation in the defense of the set pieces. That gives them the full insight where we want to put the ball, or where we want the movement of our player. It is very easy for me to show to the players where we want to put the ball, where is the space. So here we see free space from our fixer to the pivot, where defense is very high and very wide, and that is what we want to exploit in their defense, and this is how we create those contents. After that, we again have a 1-against-1 with the pivot, which was the main thing for us against France.